On the afternoon of Sunday, May 25, 2025, what began as a peaceful kayaking outing ended in unthinkable tragedy. Ava Moore, a promising 18-year-old and Air Force Academy preparatory school student, was fatally struck by a jet ski while enjoying the waters of Grapevine Lake near Oak Grove Park, Texas. Ava was reportedly kayaking when she was hit with tremendous force by a speeding jet ski, throwing her from her kayak and into the water. Witnesses to the crash acted swiftly. Several bystanders jumped into the water, pulling Ava to shore and administering CPR in an attempt to save her life. Tragically, their efforts were in vain. Ava Moore was later pronounced dead at Baylor Scott and White Medical Center due to extensive traumatic injuries sustained in the collision. Her sudden death devastated her family, friends, and community, who remembered her as a vibrant and dedicated young woman with dreams of becoming a high-ranking Air Force officer. A hunt for justice. The suspect flees the scene. The jet ski responsible for the fatal collision was operated by Dakerlin Alejandra Gonzalez, known publicly in many reports as Alejandra Glen. In a shocking turn, instead of staying to help or cooperate with authorities, Glen fled the scene immediately following the incident. She was accompanied by a male passenger, identified as Michael Cilo Perozzo, who also vanished from the scene. However, another passenger aboard the jet ski remained behind to assist law enforcement, providing critical information that would later aid the investigation. Grapevine police quickly launched an intensive manhunt for Glen and her accomplice, disseminating surveillance images and witness accounts across public channels. Law enforcement agencies worked around the clock to identify her whereabouts, building pressure from both the media and the grieving public. As details of the case emerged, the public grew increasingly outraged that someone could flee so carelessly from such a devastating scene. Arrest and charges filed against Alejandra Glen on Tuesday, May 27, after days of tireless searching. Law enforcement finally located and apprehended Alejandra Glen at her residence in South Dallas. The arrest was a collaborative effort involving the Texas Attorney General's Office, Texas Department of Public Safety, Dallas Police Department, and Homeland Security investigations. Glen was taken into custody without incident and transported for booking. Authorities charged her with second-degree felony manslaughter, reckless operation of a watercraft, excessive speed, and failure to stop and render aid in an accident resulting in death. Each charge underscores the severity of the incident and the recklessness involved. Her bond has been set at $500,000, and further legal proceedings are expected as the case moves through the Texas judicial system. The charges carry serious potential penalties, especially considering the fatal consequences of her alleged actions. Public outcry and immigration controversy, the arrest sparked widespread public reaction, not only due to the heartbreaking nature of the incident, but also because of new revelations surrounding Glen's legal status. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton confirmed that both Alejandra Glen and Michael Cilo Perozzo are undocumented immigrants from Venezuela. This announcement stirred a heated political debate, with some officials calling the tragedy a preventable consequence of lax immigration enforcement. Paxton publicly stated that Ava Moore's death could have been avoided had the suspect not been in the country illegally. His remarks drew both support and criticism, with many arguing the tragedy should be treated as a human loss rather than a political talking point. Still, the revelation added another dimension to an already painful story, placing further scrutiny on immigration enforcement and border security measures across the state. A legacy of dreams cut short. Ava Moore's life was full of promise. A recent graduate of Timber Creek High School, she had just completed her first year at the U.S. Air Force Academy Preparatory School and was preparing to pursue a career of service and leadership. Known for her athleticism and discipline, Ava had dreams of becoming a four-star general. Her coach and mentors described her as focused, inspiring, and deeply compassionate, a person who pushed herself and those around her to be better. In the wake of her death, tributes poured in from across the country. Friends, teachers, and fellow cadets shared memories of Ava's dedication and resilience. A GoFundMe campaign established in her memory raised over $13,000 to help cover funeral expenses and support her grieving family. Her passing serves as a stark reminder of how fragile life can be, and how recklessness on the part of others can shatter even the brightest futures in an instant. the road ahead as legal proceedings continue. Many in the community hope that justice will bring some measure of closure to Ava's heartbroken loved ones. Authorities continue to investigate all facets of the case, including the role of the other individuals involved and whether further charges are appropriate. The incident has reignited discussions about safety on Texas waterways, immigration reform, and the responsibilities we all carry while enjoying public spaces. While no punishment can restore the life lost, the pursuit of accountability may serve as a deterrent to future tragedies. Ava Moore's legacy, full of honor, ambition, and kindness, will not be forgotten. She remains a symbol of potential interrupted, and a rallying cry for justice on behalf of all innocent lives taken too soon.